Uncommon people do the right thing even when no one is watching. What they are today, they are tomorrow. What they did yesterday that was good, today they do the same thing, because there's a consistency that comes from being an uncommon person. And most of us will understand this way of living, all right? Because most of us, if we're common, guess who we look out for only? Number one, me. Not worried about anybody else. It's my life, the way I'm living it. It's got nothing, and that's not how uncommon people live. They think about themselves, and they think about the repercussions of their decisions. God rewards an uncommon person because they live their lives to a higher calling. And let's be honest, hypocrites and compromisers are very common. They're a dime a dozen in this world, aren't they? But the person who is uncommon, they stand out in the crowd. They can say, there goes a person of integrity. There's a person who can stand by their word. There's a person who can keep their promise. There's a person who, when they could have done something wrong, they took the higher road and they did the right thing, even though it wasn't comfortable for them at that time. When you have a chance to snap back at your partner, or make a sarky remark, that's like, really in there, you don't. You keep your mouth shut. You don't say anything. And you say, you know what? I love you. If you're not looking better than what you guys are looking now, we're going back to the non-kosher food. And Daniel said, great. And here's the thing. We all know the story. At the end of the 10 days, it seemed that they were looking better and healthier than all the young men who ate the king's finest food. Being uncommon and going against the flow allows us to look a lot better to the world around us, because we get to stand out. We get to make our mark. And it was such a simple thing. We're not eating that food. But can you imagine if we applied this principle to the way we dealt with our clients, with the way we dealt with our people on social media, with the way we dealt with people in emails or over the telephone, or when we're at the shopping center? Or here's an idea. How about dealing with people uncommonly from people who don't belong to your church or a different religion to you? Wow. What a shocker. There's another person that I know who refused to be uncompromising, and that's Joan Wakeford. If you think about it, just for a moment, all of you are here today. All of you are here today because one woman decided that she was going to be uncommon. That she was going to take the stand, and when God said to her, Joni, you need to go. You need to go to Japan. Let me tell you, I'm going to bring a book and it'll be in the bookstore and you can read her book. Joan asked the Lord to send her anywhere in the world except Japan. And guess where God sent her? Japan. And she said, Lord, I will go. I will go. And because she decided to be uncommon, this church exists today. 61 years ago, 1957, she answered God's call on her life. She boldly went where no woman would have dared to have gone. And that's where God called her to. And because of her faith, and because of her courage, and because of her being uncommon, has inspired hundreds, probably thousands of people to be uncommon in their calling with God. And you may be sitting here today thinking, you know what, Sean, I'm not educated, I'm not experienced, I don't have influence, I don't have training, I don't have education to do any of this. But can I remind you something? That Daniel was a slave and he was a teenager. And look how God called him to be uncommon. And look how his life ended. But when we rise above our situation, when we know that this is the right way to react, we become uncommon. And people will say, why are you uncommon? Why are you so relaxed and calm? Why are you always smiling and positive and laughing when there's so much that has gone wrong in your life? And you can say, you know what? Because I choose to be uncommon. I choose to be a royal priesthood. I choose to be a holy nation. I choose to have uncommon favor of God on my life. When I had a chance to react, I didn't. I responded in love. When I had a chance to say something negative, I chose to say something positive. When I had a chance to withdraw, I didn't. I advanced. And God has called us to be uncommon in this world, salt and light to the nation. And I want to close with these 3 questions. And these questions are probably going to bug you for a very, very long time. And I'm sorry about that. I'm apologizing in advance. But these questions need to be asked. And only you can find the answers to these questions. And these are them. Are there areas in life where you're being common? Are you doing what everybody else is doing? Are you taking the easy way out, even though you know it's the wrong way?